Hi, welcome to Cook and Impress. Today I'm going to show you how to make some cookies. So let's get baking. Right, so here I have 100 grams of butter, 100 grams of sugar, which I'm going to mix together. So let's put our butter in the pot. They have to be at room temperature. Okay, so I've got the butter there. To that I'm going to add 100 grams of sugar. This is caster sugar that I'm using. Let's mix that up. Right, you need to beat the butter and the sugar till they're light and fluffy. It should take about 2 minutes, and you really want the mixture to be creamy before you can add the rest of the ingredients. Okay. As you can see, the mixture is getting quite creamy now. You've got a pale colour, and that's how you want it. And you'll see that the sugar is very well blended into the butter. Right, so at this stage, we're ready to add in our vanilla essence. Now you can add essence of your choice. So if you want to flavour it with an orange flavour or cinnamon, then this is the time you really should put in your flavouring. Okay, so put in 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. Okay, give that a little mix. I can already smell the aroma of the vanilla. Right, that's mixed in quite well. I'm going to add the egg, 1 egg that I've mixed earlier. Okay, so add our egg in now. Okay, and let's mix that in gently. Okay, I'm now going to add in our flour. So to that I'm going to add 1 teaspoon. I'm using the measuring spoons here, so I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. So measure that up. And make sure you just put your finger right through so you get the right balance. Okay, so I'm adding 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. We want to give that a good mix. And at this stage, if you prefer to use cinnamon instead of or ginger or any other flavouring which is dry, then you should add it to the flour rather than adding it to the creamed mixture that we prepared earlier. Okay, so let's put in our flour very gently. I've got 300 grams of plain flour, and we used 100 grams of butter and 100 grams of sugar. Okay, so let's give that a mix. Right, we're beginning to bind this now, and to this I'm going to add some milk. So I'm going to add little at a time. I've got about 75 ml here, but I'm going to add, I don't think we're going to need as much. Okay, so let's put in about half of that. So I've already added about 30 ml. And I'm also going to add a teaspoon of honey. Okay, now this is optional, but I like the taste of honey in biscuits, and it's healthy as well. Okay, so, and if you haven't got honey, you can actually add golden syrup. And if you haven't got either of them, don't worry, just leave the mixture as it is. You don't need to add the honey or the syrup or anything of that nature. Right, now as you can see, the mixture is coming together quite well. Okay, and it is binding. Now at this stage I'm going to use my hands so that we can get the texture right for the cookies. Okay. Right, so put this aside. And I'm now going to use my hands, as you can see. Now the mixture is already coming together, okay? And we don't need to add any more milk. So the total measurement for the milk was 50 ml, okay? We didn't need to use any more than that. And the mixture is just right. Okay, there you go. Give it a good bind. Now you want this to be just right so that you're going to be able to roll it, okay? There you go. Okay, there's our mixture. I'm going to roll it up in a little ball. Okay. And I'm going to chill this for about 15 minutes. Okay. I'm going to chill it in the fridge for about 15 minutes and then come back to it. Right, we've had the dough which has been chilled for about 15 to 20 minutes in the fridge, and we're now going to roll our cookies, so let's get rolling. So I'm going to take a small piece of dough and let's sprinkle some flour on the dusting. Okay, and don't be afraid to use extra dough, because you know you want to try and make it easy for you to roll. Okay, so there we go. Now the recipe that I've given you today will make about 65 to 70 cookies, okay, depending on the shape. If they're about 2 inches, then you should be able to get about 70. But if they're, you know, if they're any bigger, then obviously you'll get less out. And what you want to do is not make them too thick. Right, so you want the thickness of your cookies to be about 3 millimeters, okay? And I've got some various shapes here, so let's start with the very simple ones. So we can do a couple of circles. Okay, I want to do a couple of stars. We can do 2 stars, and we can use the heart-shaped one. So 2, and I think we might be able to get a tiny little heart there too. Right, well, that didn't come out quite well. Okay, let's try and put them in. So we put them on a baking tray, and I'll put some lined greaseproof paper on there, which is great when you want to actually take the cookies out. So we've got our heart shape, got our star shape one there, got another star shape there, okay, another little heart. Keep them about 2 centimeters apart, because obviously when they cook and bake they will spread. All right, and so let's bring the dough together again. Okay, a bit more flour. Okay, and we're going to try another shape this time. These are great to make with the children. They will enjoy making these cookies just as much as you will, and they're fun during the holidays, really, because then they can make the shapes they like. Now I've got some children's fun one we can use here. So I've got a couple of rabbits. So there's one there, just do one there, and then I've got another one there. Ah, what about that little cheek one? There we go. Beautiful. Right, so just going to pick them out. There's our little rabbit. Put it there, and let's put another rabbit this way, purely because we need a bit of room to. Okay, there we go. I'm going to put these in the oven at gas mark 3 for about 15 minutes. Okay, and then we can obviously check them after about 10 to 12 minutes to make sure that they are cooking well and they're getting the right color. So right, let's put them in the oven. I've preheated the oven to gas mark 3, and we put them in the middle of the oven for about 15 minutes. Okay, and while they're cooking, we can get our second tray ready. Right, while the other cookies are baking, we've just created a few more shapes here. Now these are great. You can use this recipe to make baby shower cookies or something special for an 18th birthday. The girls will love these, have the handbag and the shoe. And you know, you might want to make some special ones for you know, your mum or your aunt or someone special. You could use teapots, and all sorts of cutters are available on the market now. So you know, make it adventurous and try some. Right, let's go to the oven now. I think our cookies should be ready. So I'm going to check our cookies now. Wow, absolutely beautiful. There we go. What we need to do is we need to leave them in the tray for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then we're going to transfer them onto a wire rack. Right, our cookies are ready now, and they've been cooling for a while, so I'm going to try one. Let's try a star one. You can see. Absolutely beautiful. The taste is delicious, and they're crunchy, ready to be served with our tea now. Thank you for watching my video, and please attempt these. They are really, really easy, and the kids will love them. Thank you.